Hello students, today we are going to learn our EVS first, chapter second, motion of the earth. Let us first understand the term rotation. For this, let us try an activity. Take a top, spin it and observe its movement. You will see the top turns around itself. Any object that turns about itself actually turns around a certain imaginary line. Now, what do you mean by imaginary line? Imaginary line means there is no line, but we feel there is a line around which the top is moving. That is, when an object turns around itself, we feel as it is turning around a particular line. Now, you can try one activity of yourself. You can stand still and you can stretch your arm and try to turn around. Then you will feel you are turning around a particular point. So, this turning is an object around itself is called rotation, and the imaginary line around which it rotates is called its axis of rotation. So, in diagram, there is a line with drawn dotted line. So, this is axis of rotation. There is no such a line there, but we feel as if the top is moving around this line. Now, let us understand the term Earth's rotation. For this, let's take another activity. Take a globe like the one in the picture and spin it. Note the line around which it rotates. Now take a plumb line and hold it close to the globe as shown in the picture. What is meant by plumb line? It is an instrument used in a construction business to find the level of the wall. If you cannot get a plumb line, tie a long thread to an eraser and make your own plumb line. Then you will see that the plumb line and the earth axis are at an angle to each other. That is, the earth axis is inclined. What is the meaning of the word incline? It means it is slanting or tilted. That is not the straight. If you look at the plumb line, it is a straight line, whereas the axis, that is imaginary line. We already learned what an axis is. An axis is an imaginary line where around which an object moves. So, in this case, our earth is moving around an imaginary line which is called the axis, and the axis of the earth rotation is inclined like this. The line NS in the picture shows the earth axis. It passes through the center of the earth. The point N and S are called the poles of the earth. N is the north pole of the earth and S is the south pole of the earth. North pole and south pole. These are the two ends of the earth. North pole and south pole. These are the two ends of the earth. Now, let us understand the term equator. If a circle were drawn around the surface of the earth exactly in between the south and north poles, it would divide the earth into two equal parts. This imaginary circle is called the equator. The two equal parts it makes of the earth are called northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere respectively. If we draw a line exactly center of the two poles, we should divide the earth into two equal parts. The topmost part is northern hemisphere and the downmost part is called southern hemisphere. The topmost part is the northern hemisphere and the downmost part is southern hemisphere. Now, let us try our next activity. Try this. Stand a candle in the middle of a large table. Draw a big circle around the candle. Place a globe at any point on this circle. Light the candle. See that it is dark in the room. Suppose that the candle is the sun. Observe which part of the globe gets the sunlight and which one does not. Now, looking at the globe from the direction of the North Pole, turn it anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means what? Opposite direction of a clock. This is how the earth rotates. That is, it rotates from west to east. Our earth rotates from west to east. As the earth rotates, different parts come into the light of the sun, one after the other, and turn away from it also the same order. So, we will notice that as one place comes in front of the sun, it moves away, and next part of the earth come front in the land. That is how each part of the earth get sunlight. Let us understand the term sunset and sunrise. Now continuing our activity, stick a red bindi on the globe. Set up the previous model of the globe and the candle. Turn the globe anti-clockwise. Note when it is sunrise, noon and sunset at the location of the bindi. After one sunrise, note when the next one occurs at the bindi. After one sunrise, note when the next one occurs at the bindi. You will see that this happens when the earth completes one rotation. That is, when it makes one complete turn around itself. We will see the bindi has come back to its original position. That means it has gone through one sunrise, one noon and one sunset, and again when it turns the process is continued, and this process goes on as the earth rotates around itself. This period of time that the earth takes to complete one rotation is called a day. This period of a time that the earth takes to complete one rotation is called a day. A day has two parts, daytime and nighttime, or simply day and night. Day has how many parts? Two parts, day and night. For the purpose of measuring time, we divide the whole day into 24 parts, each of which is called an hour. Therefore, we have 24 hours in a day.